Hey, aloha guys, Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org. If you're new to the channel, I'm all about teaching you everything there is to know about Hawaii and its real estate. And today we're going to talk about what do you do when you get here? What are the top tourist attractions? And what's really cool about this video, in my opinion, even though I haven't quite finished it yet or even know exactly what I'm going to say, because all my videos are sometimes live, unedited in the raw, and I just don't know where I want to go. But I wanted to share with you some of the coolest things you can do here as tourist attractions. But they're also going to be things that you might do if you come and live here. Because if you come and live here, whether it's part-time or full-time, it's sort of like you're on an extended vacation, which is really cool. So don't forget, guys, continue to live that vacation lifestyle and go do cool stuff while you're here as if you were a tourist on vacation. But if you are coming here on vacation and you clicked on this video because you're like, what are the best tourist attractions on Maui? We're going to talk about that stuff, but we're also going to have a Maui fix, show you a sunset, cruise around a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you the top tourist attractions, I promise. Matter of fact, I made a video called The Top Things to Do in Maui. You can Google it up. I'm on there somewhere, but I'm gonna try to give you an updated version. But before I do that, check this out, where I'm at right now, because I always like to orientate my viewers. I don't know about you, but when I watch a video sometimes, I want to know where it's at, what's going on. So I'm here in Ka'anapali, and I wanted to show you guys also Little Red, right? This is the new lithium-ion battery golf cart, Little Red. I got Big Red, which is the truck. This is a cool little evolution. So this is one of the top things you can do on Maui, obviously. What? Golf, right? Look at this beautiful course right now, man. Look at just this, just these moments that I could have just sat in that golf cart and just watched the sun go down and watched this little flag just do that. And I would have been completely satisfied with the end of my day. But I decided, you know what? It wouldn't be fun unless I shared it with my favorite aloha-infused audience around the world. And I love you guys, and I thank you for tuning in. So, anyway, where am I? Ka'anapali, Royal Course. There is the beautiful island of Lanai. Of course, we have the gap in between Lanai and Molokai. Why is that important? Because if you ever buy a house or a condo here, you want to be in the gap if you want to see that ball hit the water. Island of Molokai, right there. So obviously this brings up, excuse me, another top tourist attraction, right? Which is what? The sunsets. You'd be surprised how many people come here on vacation and it's this time right now, like ding, time for the sun to go down, and they're still sitting in their hotel room or their condo. Go outside and never miss a sunset while you're here on Maui. Why? Because they are some of the most beautiful things on planet Earth. I mean, thumbs up if you agree with me that the sunsets, for some reason on this island, are spectacular. I mean, they really are. And part of it, I think, is because the neighboring islands stop those clouds. You see those clouds that are stopped? I can't get it to show, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. These clouds are stopped because those islands also have tall mountains. The trade winds blow those clouds right there, they stop. The trade winds blow the clouds every day, they stop. And then when the sun goes down, we have got Karen Hall clouds up in the sky, and that makes for a beautiful, beautiful sunset. Whereas the other islands don't have neighboring islands like Oahu, Kauai, and Big Island. Only we've got the cool neighboring islands. Yes! So anyway, sunsets, another top tourist attraction, don't forget. So we're gonna go for a cruise right now. It's always electric. I don't know what it is. I'm like the ambassador for electric all of a sudden. Everything I have is electric. I just love electric. It just makes sense, right? So here we are. First time I think you guys have cruised around in Little Red. Uh-oh, it doesn't want to go. Little Red, don't do this to me. Let's go. It's so funny. It's so funny. It doesn't work. No, it works. We're good. So I'm going to try not to go in the sand trap. Okay, we talked about golfing. We talked about sunsets. Obviously, a lot of things that I'm going to talk about. If you're coming here on vacation, you're going to want to book it now. Like when this video is over, don't do anything. Do not pass go. Do not pass, get out of jail free, whatever. Just hang up the phone and call and go on the internet and start booking everything. So helicopter tours today, believe it or not, I was up on Haleakala with Hunter, my sidekick, who's not here. He's actually spearfishing right now, the little bugger, having some more fun. I'm telling you, that kid, what a life, huh? Anyway, we were up on Haleakala doing a little mountain bike sesh because we had to go pick up his bike. It was in the shop. We thought, hey, we're up here anyway. And we saw a bunch of helicopters cruising to the top of Haleakala, flying right over our heads. So that's another thing you can do. Helicopter tour, Blue Hawaiian, book it now. They say people that come to Hawaii, that live here and vacation here, they only see 10% of the island. If you just stick to a vehicle, go in the helicopter, you'll see the other 90% of the island. And that to me is definitely a top tourist attraction. Anywho, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn my gimbal this way, and it kind of helps if I can see what I'm showing you. So I'm gonna just switch the camera angle there. Perfect. Because I want to know if it looks good or not. And you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this windshield down right now, because I like doing stuff on the fly. I don't mind making little adjustments. Take the windshield down. Notice that the Evo here's got this beautiful windshield that comes down. It's very nice. Does have a back seat, by the way. Comes completely geared up with this back seat that you can flip up or down like that. Has a little place to store your stuff, like a little cooler, surfboard, you know, you strap them on top. Anyway, I digress. Back to, but this is a cool cart, man. You got to get you one of these. It's called the golf cart lifestyle. If you live in Kapalua, Kaanapali, I'm sure Wailea, you can just cruise your golf cart around and head on down to the beach, head on down to the restaurants, and have yourself a good old time. So next one up, ziplining. Ziplining, top tourist attraction. We have the longest, second longest zip, I believe, in the world at Flying Hawaiian. Book yourself a beautiful zipline tour. I can go in front of the windshield, and it's not got those little spots showing. Okay. Next on the list, we have all those beautiful excursions that you can go on the ocean. So you go to Molokini, you go to the crater, Molokini crater. You can go snorkel that thing. We have obviously scuba. I mean, it kind of goes without saying that we can scuba all you want. If you haven't done your scuba diving certification, come to Hawaii and do it here. It's actually a pretty cool way to get certified because they're a little bit faster here, a little bit faster than your mainland courses. They'll zip you through that thing Hawaiian style. They'd be like, "Oh, brah, don't hold your breath." You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's pretty funny. How do I know this? Because my kids went through the certification here on Maui, and it was like they were done in a few hours. I was like, really? I mean, within an hour, they were like already underwater blowing bubbles. I was like, you guys are aggressively awesome. So we got snorkel trips to Molokini. Of course, the sunset cruise. Put that on your list. Now, if you live here, right, book yourself a sunset cruise. Surprise the missus. Hey, honey, we're going to go drink way too much alcohol tonight on a sunset cruise. Let's just go. It's one of the things that happens if you live here for a while. You kind of stop doing all this cool stuff that you're surrounded by. It's like when I lived in LA, I literally went to the beach every day when I first moved there. And after a few years, I was like, what beach? Is there a beach around here? Just never went anymore. You just get complacent or spoiled or, I don't know what the word is. But anyway, for you locals that are watching this, take advantage of all the beautiful epicness that you have around you and pretend you're a tourist at least once a week and discover the island as if it was brand new and you just spent $5 to get here. Next, obviously, restaurants. I've been talking a lot about restaurants lately to my clients because we're all in agreement that Maui has some of the best restaurants on planet Earth. Thank you, TS. You guys did a great job in upping the game here. I've heard back in the 80s when the restaurants were kind of meh. And now the restaurant scene here is epic. Here's a shot of the traffic right now on Honopi'ilani Highway. Not too bad, not too bad. The sunset is getting ready to go off though. I can just feel it. So plenty of restaurants, and again, make your reservations now. If you want to go to Mama's, start booking for 2022 right now, I suppose. But don't forget the walk-up works great. Lately, once again, I love you guys. You give me all the inside scoop. They're like, Eric, you can just go show up at a restaurant, put yourself on the wait list. Notice how no one stops anymore for crosswalks? It's like back to driving school, bro. But anyway, I never assume they're gonna stop. Anywho, where was I? Oh yeah, just walk up to the restaurant and just be bold and just show up like off hour, like 4 o'clock, and then you just sit there through the sunset and take full advantage because they will book you in if you have walk up. So don't get discouraged if you see everything is booked on the reservations online. So restauranting here obviously is epic. Put that on your list of Maui top attractions. We have some of the best restaurants, I believe, in the world right here. And to that list, you can of course add sanse if you like sushi. I can smell food right now. My goodness gracious, someone's cooking dinner around here. Over here to our right, we have the beautiful Maui Eldorado leasehold property. Yes, sir. Although the HOA does own 10% of the land, which is totally cool. So it's a little bit of a hybrid. Next top attraction would be, oh, I said sunset. I was thinking sunset cruises, but I already said sunset cruises. I do have a little premeditated list in my head, believe it or not. I'm just kidding. I'm making this up as I go. Wait a second, this thing's ready to tee off. I don't want to be in the direct line of fire of that thing. 4. Where's it going? Where's it going? Oh, I heard it hit. I thought I did. Anywho, book yourself for some nice golf. We've got 4 courses here on the west side. We have the Bay Course, Plantation, Kanapali, Royal Kanapali Kai. Of course, there's plenty down in Wailea, Kihei, of course, Y-side. Just a quick orientation. Over there we have the old Lahaina Royal Resort. That is no fee simple action over there, but they have these really cool little sort of duplexes you can rent right on the beach. Over here is the world famous Sheraton Black Rock, the first resort that was built here on the west side. They sort of invented vacation, destination, resort concept, if you will. That's what I've heard anyway. Okay, we're gonna make our way down to the ocean. I promise you, no Maui fix would be the same without it. Another top Maui attraction would be, I've been showing this a lot lately, would be hiking and biking. So if you like to hike, thumbs up, maybe in the comment section with your favorite hikes. But I don't know, man. I think it's one of the coolest ways to experience Hawaii. You get into different temperate climates, the jungle, the desert, waterfalls, and it's just a cool way to go. And if you want to, rent a mountain bike from Crank. There goes that sun just dipping behind those clouds. There's also West Maui Cycles over here. You can rent a bike and just go, well, bike the trails if that's what you're into. And of course, Haleakala is a beautiful tourist attraction. You can go there for sunrise, but you have to book that ahead of time. Again, you hang up the phone, you're done talking to me right now. Call or book the Haleakala sunrise. If you don't get a sunrise slot that you want, you can always go for sunset. Sunset's really cool as well. Don't count it out. Of course, the road to Hana. Everyone asks me, Eric, is it worth going to the road to Hana? And I'm like, of course it is. Look, another nice little jacked up golf cart, pretty cool. Not as cool as mine, but it's pretty cool. All right, guys. So this right here is the cabana for the Maui Eldorado, called their beach cabana. So if you stay there or own there, you have use of this little beautiful gem right on the water. They do lease it though, they don't own it, just kind of FYI. Could go away someday, hope it never does, obviously. I should probably take the key out of my golf cart, right? Wouldn't that be funny? Come back and a lot of people lock up their golf carts. Important. Not that there's a lot of theft on Maui. It's one of the reasons here, very low crime scenario. Very low crime, very safe. I've personally never had anything stolen here. Nothing, zero. I don't really lock much up. My wife locks everything up. She's like Fort Knox times 2. But I don't really worry about things like that, and I've never had an incident. I lived in LA for a few years. I think I had everything stolen twice. Thanks, LA. All right, guys, here we go. The Maui Fix. This is the part of the video where I basically stop talking, and you can just start enjoying a little bit of relaxation, sunset style, and we see what happens if the sky explodes with any additional surprises, color. Just a quick orientation. Over here to my left is the beautiful Black Rock. There's the beautiful Pacific Ocean meeting the land. course, over here in this direction, way down there, you can see the Mahana. I'll zip that up for you right there. Zoom that up, I should say. Next to that is the Pink Hotel, sort of behind there. That's a timeshare. And of course, the Honua Kai is right there in that whole vicinity as well. Just not quite as close to the ocean as the Mahana and the Maui Kai. As I've always said in the past, you guys are the coolest audience on planet Earth, most aloha infused, so do me a favor, hit me in the comment section with any shout outs that you have for your favorite attractions here on Maui. I've obviously mentioned some of the majors, but what's your favorite thing to do? Maybe you've been here 35 times and you've got it whittled down to the top 3, or maybe you just got back from vacation 3 days ago and you're experiencing the Maui hangover, which is you can't believe it's over. And you just don't feel right because you're not here anymore. What were the top 3 things that you did when you were here a week ago or 3 days ago? And have you booked your return trip yet? Because if you haven't, I suggest you do, because everything seems to be booking up pretty extensively these days. I've talked to a few property management companies and they're having record years for 2021. Blowing away what they did in 2019. I mean, yeah, 2019. 2020 obviously was not much going on. We kind of had Maui to ourselves for a few months there, but it was kind of creepy after a while, so it was cool and novel for a bit, but then we all started to miss our favorite visitors, and we still miss our visitors from Canada and Australia and Europe. Trust me, guys, I don't feel your pain, but I talk to businesses that feel your loss, that are definitely missing our international visitors, so hopefully that will turn around soon. So don't forget the comment section for your favorite tourist attractions on Maui. I don't know about you, but to me, reading the comments on a video is sometimes way more informative, or entertaining at least, than the video itself. So lonely beach right now, as you can see. Not too many people down here. I don't know about you guys, but my favorite time is actually right after the sun sets. The sunset itself to me is a little bit intense, a little hot. I like it, but I like what happens afterwards. That to me is the exciting stuff, right? Look at that over here, man. We got someone with some nice lights out on their boat. It's pretty cool. Another top tourist attraction obviously is heading over to Lanai. Put that on your list of things to do. You can take the ferry over and go to that island right there. There is a 4 Seasons, so maybe book a night or 2 if you want, or make your whole vacation on the night. That's a pretty cool island to go visit. Top tourist attraction. And then the other one, honestly, is Molokai. You know, they say that less than 3% of the people that come to Hawaii go to Molokai, and I'm telling you, man, that's a cool place. Go take a day trip. You know, you can fly into Kuala Papa, which is the old leper colony. Now they call it Hansen's disease, but take an airplane and just drop right in there, and you get to cruise around. It's one of the most beautiful places on Earth. I'm going to say it's, for me, it could be the most beautiful place I've ever seen on Earth. So check out Molokai. They call it the Friendly Isle. I'm not saying a friendly, but that's what they call it. But yeah, so you have 2 top attractions right here. And that's one of the coolest things. If you do end up living in Hawaii, full-time, part-time, we call it the old staycation, which is what? You know, think about this for a minute. It's like, I live in Hawaii. Do you think I'm actually going to go on vacation somewhere? No, it's definitely not a tropical vacation. Like, why would I go to like the Bahamas or Jamaica? It's like, I just wouldn't. But we have what's called a staycation, which is you stay in Hawaii and you just fly over to Oahu for a day or a night and go shopping or go to a concert or go to Kauai for a weekend. And that's cool, man. You have all these little islands that are just like amazing, a whole new universe, just 32 minutes that way. It's really cool. So don't forget to do that, you locals. Go on your staycations. I don't know about Kauai if we can go there yet, but it's a cool way to live. It's like if you, I used to live in Colorado, and Colorado we used to go places, but it's like the whole world changed, right? It was still kind of like Colorado. Here, man, Kauai is totally different to me than Maui and Oahu is totally different than Kauai, and Big Island is just totally different. And just a whoop, 30 minutes you're there, it's like, yes, it's all good, man. Of course, Maui is no Kauai, so if you're thinking about what island to go to, that's not even a question. If there's one thing you're gonna learn on my channel, it's Maui no Kauai, which of course means Maui is the best. And why is it the best? Oh, Maui, let me count the waves. Number one, well, it all goes back to the Royal Hawaiians, right? The Royal Hawaiian family. They could have made anything their capital, but they made Lahaina their capital. They could have vacationed anywhere, but they vacationed in Lahaina. So I think the Royal Hawaiians had their pick of any island they could have gone to. Any island they could have made a capital or called their vacation home, but they made it Maui, and they made it West Maui, and they made it Lahaina. All right, I'm a little partial, but whatever. Number two, so we have these beautiful islands, the neighboring islands, as I mentioned just a few moments ago. Creates protection from hurricanes. Creates a psychological beautification of, I'm not alone in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, even though you are. Hey, look at it, it's the Hula Girl. That's a shout out right there. It's one of my favorite sunset cruise boats right there. Hula Girl, motoring back after a nice sunset cruise. Shout out. What's your favorite sunset cruise operation? That's my fave. And then of course it's the second biggest island. Well, only the Big Island's bigger, so we're big. It's a big island. Only 150,000 local residents, whereas Oahu's got 1 million people, and it's smaller than Maui. Also, Kauai and Oahu are circles, and they're semicircles, so you can't drive all the way around them. You have to go out and back, out and back. It's not a loop. Maui is a figure 8. Better energy, better traffic flow. 2 mountains. Windsurfing capital of the world, so if you're a windsurfer, man, we got the wind. Medium kind waves, small, medium, intermediate. So we have all kinds of beginner to intermediate surfing, whereas the other islands, you're really just gonna get thrown to the washing machine out there, trust me. Only exception would be Waikiki on the inside. You can learn there, but still, it's pretty heavy wave, man. So this is a great place to learn how to do water sports because these islands right here, they block some of the swell energy, and so it creates smaller waves, and that's really cool for when you're trying to learn to do something. If you went out and tried to surf in like Oahu or Kauai, you're just gonna get worked. You're gonna get smoked. You're gonna be out there floundering around, wondering what the heck, why, what? Here, you're just gonna have a good old time. So, gosh, I could just go on and on and on, couldn't I? Yeah, Maui, you just got the combination. It's the biggest little island. It's the littlest, biggest island. I don't know. We've got the Maui Arts and Cultural Center, so you go to concerts here. Try doing that on Kauai. To country. So we have a lot of kind of bigger, cooler things. A lot of musicians here, a lot of artists. We've got the upcountry. The upcountry of Maui is pretty unbelievable. It's like Ireland meets purple trees, meets redwood forest, and Colorado, Oregon, and Washington all tied up with no humidity and Oprah's big old ranch. I mean, if Oprah bought her ranch there, that tells you something, right? It's got to have something going on. So it's beautiful. It's unbelievable. Some say it's the best weather on the planet, according to National Geographic anyway. So it's a beautiful option. Those options don't really exist, I don't think, on these other islands. Ugand's got some upcountry stuff, unique. Is that a nice? Man, I went from top attraction, it just crushes every other Hawaiian island. So this is actually that dinner cruise, right? Is that the Pacific Rail Foundation? Yeah, it is. What are they doing up here? They're usually down south. Maybe they changed up their whole vibe. Maybe they're cruising up north. I've actually never done that dinner cruise. If you have, let me know if you have and what it's like, and is it worth it? Was the food good? Did you enjoy it? They go out pretty long. I see them out there like when it's completely dark. How cool is that, being on the water when it's dark? Another top Maui attraction, of course, is the whales, right? So call me crazy, but the whales really like this inter-island channel action because it's super shallow for a whale. And so that's good. They like shallow water because they know what's underneath them. It's safe for their babies. Whereas the deep water, that's where the sharks are, those nasty little buggers. So the whale watching on Maui is better than the other islands, and that's a huge attraction. It just is. And then when you're out here going on these excursions, this area we call the playground is calmer water. So if you're susceptible to getting seasick, well, you're gonna want to go on an excursion then in Oahu, in Kauai, It's gonna be rocky road, baby. But out here, it's gonna be relatively calmer because of the wind shadow of the West Maui Mountains, and you're in between these beautiful islands. Here, this guy's got a sail up, and you cannot rent a sailboat here for like a day or two or a week, for whatever, a month or two. So sailing, yeah, okay. Get your skills on. Fishing, another top attraction. We've got some of the best fishing in the world because we are literally in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And the fish don't know that that boat just came from Lahaina Harbor. They're just like out there cruising around. They just came from Fiji. And all of a sudden you're hooking some massive billfish, lots of ahi, mahi, ono. So really good place to go deep sea fishing. Definitely an attraction. So I don't think we're gonna get the big kind of blow up major coloration. I don't know what causes that. If you know, let me know. But some nights it just goes nuts. Other nights it just kind of chills out, fade to black. It's gonna be one of those nights, I think. It's okay. I'm just having a good time chatting. I like these people right here, man. This is your hardcore beachgoer. He probably just came from like northern Wisconsin, and he is like not defrosted yet, and to him it's still very warm right now. They're just like, we're gonna get every second of beach time in. Love it. This guy, look at this guy. He just went in the water. He's just getting started. Look at that. Going for a little dipper Dan right there. Yes, sir. The other thing that's cool about Maui, this is actually, to me, this is the #1 attraction right here. This ocean. Why? Because it's bathwater year round. You know, you boaters and lakers from the mainland love it. I used to be one. I had a 22-foot little runabout. Man, I couldn't wait until July 20th because it was actually warm enough to jump in the water without getting like instant hypothermic. Here, the water is warmer than the air temperature. What? Seriously, man. So to me, #1 attraction, you're looking at it right there. Get in that water every day, go for a swim, go for a snorkel, go for a surf, go for a kayak. Just get in there, get some salt water behind the ears. It's the minerals, it's the ions, it's the, I don't know what it is, man. It's just cool. It's beautiful. Go for a scuba, just get in the water. That's what it's all about, in my opinion. #1 attraction is the ocean and the beach. So just schedule days where you just do that and nothing else. If you live here, guys, schedule your beach time. Still come down. I know it's hard. You get out of the routine sometimes. You're just working. It's all good. Hey, Aloha Sunday. Nice shirt. It is Aloha Friday, though. Oh my gosh, I forgot, guys. What a faux pas. Aloha Friday, I forgot. She had a shirt that said Aloha Sunday, so I was like, wait a second. It's Aloha Friday. So hats off to you guys. Cheers. Aloha, mahalo nui loa. Thanks for tuning in, as always. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's fun. And if you enjoyed the video, of course, I'd always love a thumbs up, a share, a like, a subscribe. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but I haven't forgotten it, and that is, of course, don't forget to watch the Maui Food Line videos. We're not out of the woods. Everybody was unemployed for way too long, begging and praying for people to come here. Now the island's chock-a-block full, which is cool. We have no rental cars. So the top attraction would be finding an actual rent-a-car when you get here, so be sure to book that ahead of time. Check Facebook and Craigslist, because they're definitely running a little low, and you might go alternative style. What do you say, just a few seconds of nothing but the sound of the ocean? All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks again for tuning in. I super appreciate it as always. Don't forget to watch the Maui Food Line video. Like, share, subscribe. It just never gets old looking at it, you know? It just never gets old, does it? Just gorgeous. Like, share, subscribe. Of course, if you're ever in the market to buy, sell, real estate, keep me in mind. I'm just a real estate guy. I love the business, 20 years. And of course, if you need someone to help you in any way, shape, or form, even if it's not like a deal where I'm gonna make money and stuff like that, just you need just a piece of advice or just a question, just a random thing. It's all good, man. I am driven to help any way I can. Whoa. And I would love to help you any way that I can. So thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, guys, aloha, shaka, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, but it makes a difference. It really does. YouTube is checking me all the time, like, oh, they only watch for this long, Eric. It's like, it's okay, they'll come back. It's all right, YouTube, relax. It's Maui. They always come back, man. Coolest job on the earth. Best thing I get to do is share this place with you guys. So thanks again. Till next time, Eric West, out. I don't have the bifocals on. Gosh, I can't see anything. How is that? Why is that? Right? Up until like 49.5, I was good. The day I turned 50, I'm like, they don't work. It's just so weird to me. Perfect eyesight my whole life. 50, I can't see 24 inches in front of my face anymore. Someone tell me how to fix that, please.